What's going on, guys? Kaiki here. Today I want to give you my honest impression on the DJI FPV drones. So in this video, I really want to share with you my good and bad experiences with this drone, and hopefully it can be some sort of reference regarding if you want to buy this or not. Honestly, this drone is amazing. It's because of this drone that I fell in love with FPV, and it has really helped me dedicate myself into learning it and actually enjoying it. There's a couple things I really like about this drone, and the first thing is how safe it is compared to other FPV drones. Regarding how safe it is, I feel like there's two things that I really like about. The first thing is you can quickly shift from FPV mode to normal drone mode. I found that mode really helpful when I wanted to return the drone back, and also when I was feeling pretty tired while flying this drone. So the operation is pretty simple. While flying on manual mode, once you double tap this button, the drone would automatically stop and just hover, and that's something I really appreciate about. For normal FPV drones, you never have the time to leave your hand off the joysticks, because once you let it loose, it's just gonna fly out somewhere and lose signal. But with the DJI one, it's just gonna be hovering all the time on normal mode. Once you're tired or done with flying, you can just fly back like you do on a normal Mavic and just pull down, and that's gonna be really easy to land. And the second thing I'm really grateful about this drone is the return to home system. To be honest, as a Mavic user, I've never really lost my drone, and I've never relied on the return to home system. So I was pretty foreign to it, but 5 minutes after my first flight, I lost signal. And I didn't know what was going on. But luckily the return to home system went on, and the drone just came back safe and sound, and I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, and it's probably the first time that I really appreciated the system. When you're flying FPVs, you really don't know how far you can actually go. I fly a Mavic 2 Pro, and with that drone I can go for about 1,000 meters if I wanted to, and it's still okay. But with this drone, I don't think I can go for more than 200 or 300 meters because the signal is really weak compared to normal drones. So you really have to consider how far you can actually fly it. But if you screw up, there's still a chance. The return to home system is your best friend, and I don't think it will always help you, but it would definitely help in most occasions. So yeah, those were some of my favorite features about the DJI FPV drone. And now I want to talk about some of the downsides that I faced when flying this drone. There's a couple things that I want to point out, but the first hardship I went through was the operation system. When I say the operation system, I don't really mean the technical side of how to adjust the joysticks and all that. It's more about the settings, how do I change my shutter speed? How do I remove the safety mode? It's these things that you don't really see on the Mavic 2 Pro that was a little bit frustrating. Like I said on my previous video, there's two problems that I ran into. The first thing is I didn't know how to take off the safety mode. And the second thing is I didn't know how to adjust the sports mode to manual mode. I thought if you just tilted the joystick here, it's gonna be no problem, but apparently you had to go to the settings in here and change everything again. That's something I didn't know until I actually flew it. It took me roughly 20 minutes for me to research it and get everything done. So yeah, the settings is something that I found a little bit difficult, and I still struggle with it a little bit. But overall, I'm fine with it because I'm sure that normal FPV drones are harder to use when it comes to settings too. So that was one of my hardships. And the second hardship that I felt was activating the drone and setting up all the simulators. So this was my thought. If I just plugged in all my drone and controllers to my iPhone, everything would be set and I can practice on my virtual flight simulator. But apparently before doing that, you have to activate a lot of things and install a lot of different apps and figure everything out. That was something a little bit frustrating because it's not really on manuals. And that's something that I never experienced with the Mavic 2 Pro, so it was a little bit foreign and a little bit frustrating. So basically what you have to do is go to the DJI.com website and download one of their apps on your MacBook Pro or Windows or whatever. So you have to plug in your drone and all that and activate everything. To be honest, this was the most frustrating part. Yeah, it definitely took me about a day of research in order for me to figure this part out, and I was pretty pissed off. I tried everything, like returning the goggles, going to the DJI Fly app and doing everything and all that, and I tried everything, but it still took a long while for me to figure that part out. I'll put a link about all this on the description, so definitely check it out when you're first trying to fly these things, because man, it was a really frustrating process for me to go through, and I don't really want anyone else to do that again. And the third downside of this drone is that you can't really fix it. What I mean by this is you really can't fix a drone on the set because there aren't any parts available like normal FPV drones, and it's not built for normal people to customize a lot of the parts. If you look at normal FPV drones, all these guys buy parts from different websites in different countries and build their own custom drone. Once they go through all this process, they know which parts goes where, and they're pretty comfortable with fixing them on set. But with the DJI one, you really have to send them back to the headquarters, and they're gonna be the ones repairing it. And what that means is that if you crash a drone on set, basically you're gonna have to wait for them to fix the drone, and I'm sure that's gonna take a while. So if you crash the drone, basically you're out. So I feel like I'm gonna have to buy another 2 of these drones if I really wanted to like dedicate myself on a video with it. When I heard that I didn't have to build anything with this drone, I was really happy and I was really looking forward to it. But once I did some research and heard other opinions about the FPV drones, a lot of them were complaining about how much that they can't fix it on the set. That's something I realized after buying this drone, and I kind of agree with it. But still, I like making videos, not fixing drones. So I really don't mind, and if I crash it, I'll just buy another one just for this sake, because fixing it by myself is gonna be super time consuming and I don't really want to waste my time on that part. So yeah, those were some of the downsides of the FPV drones. So yeah, overall I have to say I really enjoy flying this drone, and I'll continue bringing this on all of my journeys. But please be careful and dedicate yourself into learning it before flying it in the real world. One of the things that really freaked me out was how fast this drone is actually flying. When you go on a simulator, it feels like it's not really moving fast, but once you bring it outside, you really realize how fast it is. I'm sure everyone will fly with caution, but if you really hit someone, it's gonna be a really bad situation. So please make sure to be safe and take responsibility in all your actions. But regarding all this is a really fun piece that I'm excited to use, and this will definitely help me improve my production levels. Before flying the DJI FPV, I thought learning FPV was really like a daunting process, and it's something that I really wanted to do, but I couldn't. But with this one, it has really reduced a lot of the negative points about FPV drones, and I feel like DJI has done a pretty insane job with this one. Even though I have the Mavic 2 Pro, this drone gets all the shots that you really can't on a regular drone, and I'm really excited to bring this on all my trips from further on. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has helped you enlighten on my FPV journey, and I'll continue to upload more videos on this topic. So if you really want to learn more, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them on the comment section on in further videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.